Hey there, stampers and crafters. My name is Tammy White from stampwithtami.com, and welcome to my online class. Today I'm going to be sharing how to make Arrow Fun Fold cards. These cards are so cool and they're easy to make. And I have 12 different cards to share with you. I'm going to be making a couple of the cards today, and then I'll be sharing instructions for all of them throughout the week on my blog at stampwithtami.com. So you can see over here on the side, these are the cards I'm going to be sharing today. It is my Stampin' Demonstrator Group's Easter blog hop today. So what that means is, in addition to my video class today, which is my blog hop project, and then some, you can click on over to my blog at stampwithtami.com, or just click on the link in this video's description, and you can take the tour. It's very easy and the instructions are there. You just click the links and you can see all of the projects that my Stampin' Demonstrator Group has been working on just for this day for you guys. And we have a special giveaway, as we do every month. We do this once a month, and it's such a fun time. We're giving away the Looking Up card kit, and all you need to do to enter is pop on over. When you're over on that blog page, leave a comment. It's a blog comment entry. It's absolutely free, and you can enter multiple times by leaving a comment on each of the posts in the blog hop. You must leave the hashtag #StampItContest, all one word, and there's one entry per person in the hop, per person per post. So good luck, everybody, and if you participated in last month's, the winner of last month's is listed there as well. And another thing I wanted to share is that I have instructions for the cards that I'm going to be making today already up on my blog on that same page. You're going to find the replay of this video, you're going to find the instructions for the cards that I'm making today, and you'll find links there to the upcoming series of Arrow Fun Fold cards. You guys want to see it? So, those are the paper pumpkin cards. Oh, for crying out loud. Did I not have it on here? Let's see. Here we go. This one. This is the one I was looking for. These are the, oh my gosh, aren't they awesome? So many fun cards coming. I can't wait to share them all. I will share them at the end of this video, so stay tuned. I'll share all of what's coming so you guys can get a look at it. Oh my gosh, it's so stinking cool. And I will note that the first project I'm going to be making is my Easter card. The second one is alternates to this March paper pumpkin kit, so I'll share that with you as we get into it. So here we go. These are the cards I'm sharing today. Oh, look at this. How fun is this? The fold is super fun, right? It's a fun fold, but it's a super easy one to make. I love this arrow. It just really is just so stunning. Especially these cards are just wows. So the first one I'm going to make is from Easter and Friends. This concludes my Easter and Friends series. If you love the stamp set, you're looking for Easter ideas, check out the series. You can click on the link in this video and it will bring you to everything that I'm talking about today, but I also have that entire series there, and it's also linked on the instructions, so you can check out all of those ideas. These three are alternates to the March paper pumpkin kit that just came out. So I'll talk about these and do this one second. Let's start with the Easter card. So the Easter card is my my Easter project for this blog hop. So cute, right? I really have been having a lot of fun with this stamp set. So I'm going to start with our stamping. So we're going to stamp the little chickie, and I'll be heat embossing the words for this one too. So using Memento black ink, and I'm using shimmer white cardstock, and all of the dimensions for all of the projects and everything I'm doing today will be on that instruction sheet that you can download for free on the projects page. So I'm going to start here with Daffodil Delight, and we're going to color our chickie. My last video last week with the Easter baskets and the matching Z-fold cards, I used the same stamp set. I used a little chickie and a couple of them too. Love him. He's so cute. You can tell when I really fall for a stamp set, right? Because I can't stop playing with it. I can't stop making things with it, and I love it. I love it. I love what I do. So it's great to have you guys on board. I am so glad to be stamping with you this Saturday morning, March 26th. This video is on Facebook, it's on YouTube, and it's on Twitter. The replay will be in all of those places as well as my blog, and you'll also find it on Pinterest, the replay. So lots of ways to watch this, and you may want to rewatch it if you're making these cards. So I just took this as a pumpkin pie. So I was talking while I'm doing this. I colored him in Daffodil Delight, highlighted a little bit with the darker, and then added some pumpkin pie to him. And then we're going to cut him out using the Stitched Triangle die set. So this is a die set from Stampin' Up, and it fits, these dies right here fit perfectly with this fold. They're perfect layers. So if you wanna layer yours when you start making these cards, super cool, right? You just these work so great. But I'll also show you how to cut to make them too. So I'm gonna take the largest and the second largest. The chick is gonna be the second largest, and we're gonna line that up right where I want him, right about there. And then I'm gonna run it through the Stampin' Emboss machine, and then through the magic of video, I'm gonna run the largest one through on Highland Heather. Ta-da! We have them cut out for you. And then I pre-did the words for this particular one just because I had a lot to do today, so I wanted to move it right into the fun folds. So this was just heat embossed. I stamped the words from the stamp set in Versamark ink, poured white embossed powder from the basics, and heat embossed the words, and then I cut them out with the paper snips. And I separated them when I cut them out, right? So I've got a happy and an Easter. So I've got those panels all ready to go. This portion of our card is ready for some fun. So next, let's go ahead and do our fold, and then I'll show you how to make the triangles to layer. So I'm just going to put these aside while we do that. I'm going to pull out that paper trimmer. That's going to be our friend for this part. Okay, so I'm using Highland Heather for this one for the card base. So I've got 11 by 4 1/4 measurements all in that free PDF. And we are going to just put that through to 5 1/2 and score. So it's scored in half, just like your typical card base would be. And we'll do all the burnishing in a minute, but first we are going to mark this. I found it easiest just to work with grid paper. Do you guys work with grid paper at all? We actually sell this, and I know when I'm designing, I live with this stuff. So I've been using this for all of my marking for these cards. You're gonna want pen, pencil, some type of marking device. And I am gonna mark this one at 2 1/8 on the short side. So 2 1/8. And then on either side of that same side that I just marked, I'm gonna mark it at 2 4. So just pull that right over here. And we're gonna mark it at 2 4. And don't worry, these marks are not gonna show in our completed project. On that free PDF that I was talking about, I made a template for you guys to make it really easy for you guys to follow along. It is really easy. It is really easy. You're going to be surprised when you do one, how easy it is to pull together. When I first started, I was like, oh, I don't know, that looks really difficult. And then as soon as I made one, I was like, totally, we can do that. And then I couldn't, you can see by all the projects that I have that I couldn't stop. Once I start, I can't stop. So I am just going to line up these, and I'm going to zoom in a hair here so you guys can see. I've got my tick marks here, this one and this one. I'm going to line them up. I've got something in the paper cutter. Let me see if I can just get that out. Sorry. Looks like I've got remnants from my last project in there. I've got a second paper trimmer. I'm just going to switch over to that one, and I'll perform surgery on this one after. I won't subject you guys to that. That's a whole nother video. Performing surgery on our paper trimmers. We'll have a separate class on that. Okay, so the scoring blade is the lighter of the two blades of the paper trimmer. I'm lining up those tick marks right in the guide here, right in the where the blade is going to go. And I've got a little mark there. I'm not burnishing it totally yet. I'm just folding it so I can see where it is. And then I'm going to line up the 4-inch mark. So that was a 2-inch. Then I'm going to line up the 4-inch mark. Do the same thing. Give it a little fold so I can see it. And then I'm going to line up this top score line where we scored at 5.5. And all of these are lined up with the same mark that's down in the center of the bottom here. Okay, so I've got a little fan out. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing going on the other side. So score to the 2-inch mark, all coming from that center. Score at the 4-inch mark. And then score it at the 5.5-inch mark. Okay, now you're going to want to take your bone folder and burnish those score lines, and you really want them to be nice and tight. So get a good crisp fold on those. Okay, this is all there is to this. It's super easy. I promise I'll put a chapter mark right at this point so you can come back to it, just so you can, if you need to rewatch it. But that is it. That is it right there. Right, so we're going to fold in your first one, out, in again. Oops, come back. Come back, camera. There we go. All right, so when I fold this down here, oops, popped out on me. There we go. There we go. We've got our fold. We've got our arrow right there. So cool. Okay, so I'm really wanting those score lines to be nice and tight. So what I am going to do here, when I do the assembly, I am going to tack that down, and I'll show you how to do that. But we'll do it all at once when we assemble the card. And the next thing I want to share with you is how to make your layers. So for the card, and I'm just going to pull it back in here so you can see, on the top I've got a triangle layer here of designer paper, and then underneath I've got the gingham. So the gingham and the flowers that are on top are actually the same piece of paper. This is from the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper. I actually used these last week on the Easter baskets too. So I just flipped it over and did the flowers on the top, the gingham on the bottom, and then I didn't have any guilt about which side I was hiding. There's a little tip there. And then I've got silver foil that I'll be using to layer on. So on the inside, we don't need to cut these two pieces. We'll cut some white pieces just so that we can write on them and kind of cover the folds in there. But for the inside, those are good to go. For the outside, we're going to want to cut these two. So the first one, this is 4 inches by 5.25. I am going to mark it at the 2-inch mark, and that's halfway. So, oops, I am not on, I'm sorry that I wasn't on the screen there. Can you see me now? That is halfway, the 2-inch mark, and that's the goal, is that we want half. So when we did the fold for here, we put the tick mark and the halfway mark. And then this one, this paper, the Designer Series paper, is 3 3/4 by 5. And so the mark that we're going to make on this one is 1 7/8 to get to the middle there. That paper trimmer right back in. Gonna line that tick mark up in the guide. Bada bing, bada bing. And we have our first, that's the silver foil, which is the larger of the two. And then and they layer, the layering dimensions are exactly the same as they would be regular. I just made them 1/4 inch. This one 1/4 inch smaller than the other one. I just make sure that you put that tick mark in the middle, and then you can just cut it. And we have our triangle for the center. And then for the inside, I cut exactly the same way. These are two 4" by 5.5" inch. These are all in the PDF. The measurements are all in this, so you don't need to write all that down. But I did want to put the whites on the inside, so I just pre-cut those for you guys because they'll be cut the same way. All right, I'm gonna back out a hair for you guys now so you can see a little bit better. And it's time for assembly, so I'm gonna pull all of these pieces in. So we've got card base here. These are going to be the inside of the card base. This will be the inside of the card base. And then these will layer on top of that. And then I've got the outside layers. And you can see how these triangle, the stitch triangle just makes a perfect layer in there, right? It's awesome how that just works out. Totally random too. All right, and we've got our words. And the last thing we have, which I don't know that I have with me, is the pastel pearls figures. But that's all right. We can still move forward about that. You know what? I'll put some sequins on there. We're going to be using these on the next. These came out of the paper pumpkin kit, but we do sell the iridescent rhinestones, so I'll use them instead of the pearls on this one. So we are going to do a little mix here of Seal Adhesive and Seal Plus. What's the difference, you might be asking? Seal Plus is super strong. It's like tear tape. Seal is my regular everyday go-to. So the only time I do want to use the Seal Plus is when I am putting these panels down so that they don't pop up. The regular seal I don't think is enough for 3D items or for fun folds. A lot of times I'll defer to a heavy-duty adhesive. So let's go ahead and put all the regular, moving the stronger one to the side. I'm just using my regular seal to attach our panels for the inside. Before we do the white ones, I'll do this. I'll do one of them at least now, and one will do when I tack that down, but I'll do that part last. If you want to stamp or write on this one, you can on the inside. If you wanted to make it a little bit smaller so you can see a little bit more, you can do that. Oops, I want to add, I want to come back to me. There we go. Right up to the top there. Bing. So that's hidden, right? When it's closed, you don't see it. And we've got these two panels will go together with seal. They'll layer on top of each other. Isn't he just adorable? Love him so much. And he's going to layer on the triangles that we die cut already. And let's go ahead. We can just put these all together right now. The rest of these are going to go together with Stampin' Dimensionals. And I even think I might use some minis on the words here. So I've got regular dimensionals and put them right here. These minis are always handy, right? We're happy in our Easter. Welcome aboard, all of you who have jumped in later. You're not too late. You're not too late because we got more coming. But you can always rewind. Beauty of this online technology is that you can always rewind what you missed and come back and catch it after. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you are liking what you see, so that YouTube or Facebook knows that you like it, and so that they let you know when I'm on live. I do live videos every week. A lot of fun. Have a lot of fun. All right, I'm gonna put this on last. So we've got our front all decorated. This is gonna go on the inside panel. Before I do that, I am going to tack down this inside. You can leave it loose if you want to, and you can leave it popped up if you want to. I personally want it to be, I want it to be down there pretty good. So I'm going to use this Seal Plus to do that. So I got it on these inside flaps here. And then a little bit down here. Okay, so that's going to be flat. These flaps are going to go down nice and flat. And I'm even taking that bone folder one more time and really reinforcing that. And that is our fold. That's it. So then I'm just going to take regular seal for this one. And that's just going to cover up this backing right here, which you don't have to do that. But I thought it gave a little bit of extra space to stamp a greeting or write a greeting in there. So you've got a little bit of more white space to work with in there. And this is just going to go on top with seal adhesive. What do you think? Love it? So this was my Easter Block Hop project, but I have more. I'm not done. Oh, we are just getting started. Oh, let's get those rhinestone jewels on there, because you know it is never really done until it's got bling. So let's put got hair in there. I'm sending someone some love with my hair attached to it. So we'll just attach a couple of little blingies in there. Maybe a little bit on these flowers. Because I love these rhinestones. Just can't get enough of them, right? And our first card, our Easter card, is complete. Here's my original with these. I used the pastel pearls on the original. So cute, right? And I did stamp on this one. I did stamp on the inside some words there. Give you a little bit of space to work with. And that is from the Easter Friends stamp set. And this is the, I think it's the last project, at least, in my Easter Friends series. So don't forget to catch the rest of the series. The video that I did last week with the baskets, the Easter baskets and the matching Z-fold cards, and all the other cards in the series are all posted on my blog that you can get the instructions for. All right, now we are going to jump into paper pumpkin time. So I'm going to do arrow cards with the paper pumpkin kit. But the first thing I wanted to do is share the paper pumpkin kit with you guys. And so this is the Beyond the Horizon. So this is the brand new kit that just came out for March. Paper Pumpkin is a subscription kit you get in the mail. And it's always a surprise every month of what is going to be in the box. So it's always my most fun thing to get every month in the mail. And so this one coordinates with the On the Horizon suite. So I'm going to share a little bit more about that in a minute. But this is what's inside. I'm going to give you a quick overview of what's inside and what it made this month. And then we're just going to go jump right into making the alternate projects. If you want to make these projects, buy the instructions. There's instructions here. And I have another video on this project page that you can watch the video on how to make. These are the 3 cards that it makes right out of the box per the instructions. They're matching envelopes. And it makes 9 cards, I believe. I believe there's 3 of each. There's printed. They've got super cute. We're going to actually use one of these prints for I used all of them actually for the alternates. Came with some of those iridescent rhinestones I just used. Got some pale papaya ribbon, lots of fun die cuts. And the bonus this month was, so we got the stamp set that came with the kit, and then they gave us a bonus free stamp set as a gift in March. And the bonus free stamp set is what I'm going to use on the card that I'm going to make next. And I'll be using these die cuts that came in the kit. So I do have, you can see these more on my blog. This is the March Paper Pumpkin kit. You can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin on my blog. Click on the link in this video's description or go to stampwithtami.com and click Kits Paper Pumpkin. And the next one is April. You have until April 10th to subscribe, and it's New Beginnings, or No Adventures. I believe it's New Beginnings is the name of it, but it's got butterflies. That's all I need. It's got butterflies, so you know it's going to be a good one, right? All right, so I am going to start with this, first off, I'll switch back because I know some of you might have popped in late. So these are the cards that I'll be making with the kit, the paper pumpkin kit. So using those same supplies that I just had in the kit that made those other cards, now I've made these arrow cards. Oh, so fun, right? And I also use the envelopes, so I'll show you how I did that too. So the envelopes were printed and they're like designer paper, and I feel like they're wasted on the inside of an envelope. Let's make something fun out of them. So I'm gonna make this one, and again, instructions for these and the one I just made on my blog. Click on the link in this video's description to get there quickly. Click on the link in this video's description. And that template, that arrow fold template is there as well. But these were all made the same way. I used the printed card fronts and I used envelope insides for down here. So let me show you what I did. I took Misty Moonlight. We'll start with that. So we've got a Misty Moonlight card base here, 11 by 4 and a quarter. Going to take our paper trimmer and we're going to do scoring lines. The first one is going to be in half. So I'm going to square that in half. And then the next one we are going to measure. I'm bringing that grid paper back for my measurements. We're going to measure this halfway, which is 2 1/8, and put a tick mark right here at the bottom. And then I'm going to mark 2 inches, 4 inches. Move it over this side. 2 inches, 4 inches. And you can also use your Simply Scored tool for this. Sometimes when I'm doing odd angles, I really do find it easier to use my paper trimmer to do the scoring. In this particular case, I find that this is easier. So I'm just going to score from tick mark to tick mark. All right, there's one. Zoom in so I can see it. And same bottom tick mark on all of these score lines. All the score lines I'm about to do use the same bottom tick line as my start point. So that was the 4-inch tick. And that is 5.5 up at the top. And then we're just gonna flip it over and do the exact same thing on the other side. So from tick mark to tick mark, 2-inch tick mark, 4-inch tick mark, and 5.5 inch. I'll just move that out for a minute. We will be bringing that back in. Okay, so then I'm gonna burnish this really good. Burnish all those score lines we just made. Are you loving this fold? Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I hope you guys are sharing. Today is Saturday. Once a month, usually I do Friday videos, but once a month I do Saturday when it's Blog Hop Day. I do a Saturday instead of a Friday. And because it's Saturday, that means it is Share Your Craft Saturday on Facebook. So pop on over there and I want to see what you guys have been making. So for those of you who make these arrow cards, I know you may not have them ready today, but I definitely want to see you guys sharing them. I want to see your arrow cards. I want to see what you come up with. Okay, so here's the fold. Really easy. In, out, in. Boom, right? Okay, in, out, in. That's it. That's the fold. All right, now I'm going to flip it over. You can see the arrow right there. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice and tight with our bone folder. And we have our card base all ready. Just going to put it aside while we do the rest of the decorating of the card. I'm going to show you how I did the, these are the two pieces. These are from the Paper Pumpkin kit. And if there's refills available, they will be in my online store under the Paper Pumpkin section. So you may be able to get these. I'm not sure if they are or not. So I'm going to start with the card base. The card base I want to be 3 3/4 by 5. Again, measurements are on my blog, so you don't need to memorize that. But what I do want to do here is I want to start on the edge, right over here. so that I get as much of this print as possible, because I'm using this print kind of like a designer series paper. Now I'm lining that up with a 3 1/4 so that I get the design in the center. And doing the same thing with the top, just so I kind of center that design. So I've got that. Now, save this, because you can use this for this piece right here. So we'll cut that to, I believe it's 4 by 5 1/4. I believe that's what I did, yeah. And so we'll use that piece too. We can use the whole card on the inside here. Next, for our envelope, the envelope I need 4 inches by 5 1/4, which is, I'm sorry, that's 3 1/4 by 5. So here's what I did. I went ahead and just took a paper trimmer here and cut the edges off of one of these envelopes, because they have really pretty print in it and I feel like it's wasted on the inside of the envelope. Okay, so that is just an easy way to open your envelope, right? And so now we're just going to cut it to 3 3/4 by 5. All right, so that's how I use the inside of the envelope, or the outside, because both sides of the envelope have print on it. Well, both sides of one half of the envelope have print on them. So I'm using this print, but save the rest of these pieces for other projects, because you can use them. Always save your scraps. Okay, so now we're going to tick mark all of these at the halfway point so that we can cut them into triangles. And I'm ticking the back so that it won't be seen. This one, it's 3 3/4, so we're ticking it at 1 7/8. This one is also 3 3/4, so can you guys see that okay? I'm way down there. Okay. 3 3/4, so I'm ticking that one as well at 1 7/8. And this one, I believe I cut to 4 inches wide, so we'll tick that at the 2 inch mark. And then we'll just do some quick cutting on these, and we're ready for our stamping. So this is going to be our inside panel. And I have so much more to share in this series, this arrow fold series. There will be instructions for arrow fold cards coming out all week. And I hope that you guys love them. I hope that you guys love them. And I cannot wait to hear which ones are your favorites. And I will be sharing them at the end of this video. I'll share what's coming. You get a very first peek at what's coming on stampwithtami.com this week. But all of them, their bases will be made like this. So you can always refer back to this video when you're making the other cards. Okay. So we've got our cuts here. So this was from the envelope, this was from the card front, that was from the card back. These are both from the card bases. And then I pre-cut this olive one for us here, so that one's good to go. I'm just going to put this stuff to the side, and we're going to start our stamping. We'll bring that all back out after. Now, for the celebrate, because we all want to celebrate, I used these stamps, are the free stamp set that came in the Paper Pumpkin kit this month. So this month we got 2 stamp sets with the Paper Pumpkin kit, and one of them, I love them both. They always have great stamp sets in these kits. I'm telling you, if you don't subscribe, you're missing out. You definitely want to be a part of the fun. Plus, I have my PPX program, which if you are a subscriber with a PPX member, which I am, you will get 7 free alternate videos on the first of every month that you subscribe. And I'm looking around because I cannot find the stamp set. There it is. There it is. I just wanted to share it again. This was the free stamp set that came, let's flip it over so you can kind of see this, that came with the kit. So this is the bonus stamp set. That's what I'm using. I'm using they're 2-step flowers, the Celebrate, great fonts, right? Such a great, I mean, paper pumpkin is just such a great deal. And it's a lot of fun. So the Celebrate, I'm going to do a Misty Moonlight, which is the color ink that came with the kit this month. And then I'm going to do the solid flower, the bottom part of the flower in So Saffron. And I'm stamping this all on scrap paper because I will be cutting all of it out. This is basic white that I'm using. And then there is the second step of that flower. Just going to line up on the inside, and I'm doing Calypso Coral for that one. Again, all of those colors are listed on my blog. Click on the link in this video's description or go to stampwithtami.com. And then there's an inside to the flower. I'm stamping that separate. I'm going to cut it out and stamp it separate. Okay. Now, once I have all of that done, we're going to take our paper snips and we're going to cut all that out. And through the magic of video, this is what, now the Celebrate, once I cut it out, I layered it on Misty Moonlight and then cut again. So I've got a double, so I've got a shadow layer of Misty Moonlight underneath. Ta-da! All right, and then I'm going to take some of those fun die cuts that came in the kit. So these came with the kit. Let's take you and you. You can take whichever ones you want here. Lots of great stuff came with this kit. Lots of great pieces. And it's assembly time. All right. So I'm going to bring back in the original pieces. So we've got our stamped and die cut pieces over here. Got my seal and my seal plus. My seal plus for my super strong portion. We've got the card base, the inside. Did I screw that up? I totally screwed that up. I did. I totally screwed that up. When you know what? I didn't want to cut the second triangle. The triangle that came from the print, from the envelope, I wanted to cut, but this one I didn't. This one I wanted to stay solid. So let's see. This is going to go like this. And like this. That's going to go on the inside there. All right. We're going to do one more quick cut here. There are no mistakes. I'll just make another one is all I'm going to do with this. I'm loving these cards. And, you know, once I get in a roll and I start making them, I can't stop. Okay, so I am cutting this to the same dimensions that I had cut it before, which was 3 3/4 by 5. Right? Oh, poo. I already didn't cut that one right. All right, I'm going to cut it down a little bit. That's okay, though. It'll still be fine. I'm going to go 3 3/4. It's going to be more like 3 1/2 this time, but that's okay. Oops. Oh, goodness. I'm going too fast. Okay. What did I do here? Like 3 1/2. Yeah, we're still good. We're just going to have a bigger border on the inside is all. Okay. So, all is well with the universe. Regular seal. Okay, so these are our layers. That's actually going to go on the inside of that card base. These are going to layer here, and these are going to layer here. Okay, so we'll start with the inside pieces. Just got a little bit more of a green border on this one. It's all good. And I'm going to use my silicone mat for this, because I want to go right up to the corner of the triangle to attach that so that the corners don't pop up. All right, let's go ahead and take the Seal Plus and do our inside. So I'm switching over to the stronger adhesive for this part. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit down here. And then on these top flaps, sometimes Seal Plus it sticks on me. Got it. If it ever sticks on you when you're using the stronger one that rolls out, you can either roll it on the silicone sheet or actually roll it. I find if you roll it back a hair, it usually stops being naughty. Okay, so I've got the super strong one adhesive on here. We're going to put these down like so. I'm going to take that foam folder and really reinforce that. So we've got our folds. This is going to go, and I'm switching back to my seal adhesive, my regular seal adhesive. This is going to go on the inside. So we've got our inside, and this is going to go with regular seal adhesive on the outside. And then we're going to do a little bit of assembly here with our flower. On my original, I even added some Wink of Stella to the flower, which looked really nice. I liked it. And I think I'm going to use maybe some minis again on the words here. And maybe we can fit a full-size one in there. It might work. Yeah, actually, I think I can get away with full-size ones. There we go. So we've got this, we've got that, and I'm actually cutting these in half to fit them in. So I'm going to cut here, and then I'm going to cut off that stem so that we have a top there, and I'll do the same on this side. See that little stem piece right there that's sticking up? Let's cut that off. Okay. So I found it was easier to stick these pieces to the back of the flower where I wanted them before. So I'm going to lay the flower down like that and some seal. Whoops. Super sticky seal adhesive. All right, so we're going to put our green and a little bit of the yellow one, and then I'll do the same on the other side. So when we flip it over, I'm actually going to put it this way, looks like that, and then I'm going to put that down with just regular seal adhesive. And then our celebrate is going to go at an angle right down here. Time to celebrate. And then we're going to add some of those cool jewels that we added on the first one. And boom, our card is complete. I told you, right? Fun and easy. Fun and easy. So I do have that free PDF on my blog. And if you guys have popped in late and missed that this is the blog hop, this is my Stamp It Demonstrator Group's blog hop. So there's more ideas on my blog, but don't bounce because there's more ideas coming. This is just the beginning. Just the beginning of the ideas to come with this set. And also you can enter to win our giveaway over on my blog. You can take the tour, you can enter our giveaway by simply leaving a comment over there. And our specials right now are the 20% off select stamp sets and 20% off the Mini Boss, which is the mini Stampin' die cut machine, which is so adorable, right? And huge news, retiring list was just announced. The retiring list for the annual catalog was announced, and I also have information on how you can sign up to get your copy of the new catalog that will be coming out in May. Stampwithtami.com, click on the specials for all of that information. Really want to get that, right? And so we were just playing with this Behind the Horizon Paper Pumpkin Kit. If there's refills, you'll find that in my online store. And you definitely want to subscribe to April. You want to be part of this fun because it is a lot of fun. All right, so these are the cards. So I just made this one from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. Here's one more from that Paper Pumpkin Kit, and these are all alternate arrow fold cards from that Paper Pumpkin Kit. And here's one more. And they were all made the same way. So I used the envelope here. I used the front of the printed pattern card there. Now, what's really cool about this set, this Beyond the Horizon Paper Pumpkin Kit, is that it was made to coordinate with a suite that's in the mini catalog. It's made to coordinate with the On the Horizon suite, which is super cool. And the reason why that is super cool is because we can get more mileage out of our kits when we have matching suites. And so I took that suite and I made some more arrow cards because once I got on a roll, I couldn't stop. And so I'm going to share those with you first. So that is the On the Horizon suite. It coordinates with the kit, but it can be used separately. It can be used together to get, make some more stuff. And you can kind of see here, I've got the paper laid out here, that's part of that On the Horizon suite. You can see some of these patterns are very similar to the patterns that were in the Paper Pumpkin Kit. They're different, but they're similar. So you can see how they can work together. So you can do more stuff with them. And they're the same colors. So there's a lot of fun to be had there. So these next few cards were made with that suite. These were made with the the Horizon suite. It's one there, made with that Designer Series paper. How cool is that? I mean, it's just, you don't need anything else with that Designer Series paper. But the die set in that suite is really fun to play with. You've got this fence here, which I worked with. This is all done with Designer Series paper right here. And the last one from that suite, and that uses the On the Horizon. These two use On the Horizon stamp set, and they use that Designer Series paper that I just shared. The last one from the On the Horizon suite, I switched the stamp set up. And I used the To the Moon stamp set for this one, for the words, more than stars in the sky. But that same On the Horizon paper. Great paper, by the way. Really great paper. You can kind of see that, right? It's pretty cool. Okay, so instructions for all these will be coming on the blog, but oh wait, I am not done. There's more. There's more, okay? So these are from the Expressions in Ink suite that is in the big catalog. Expressions in Ink, really cool paper. So those two are from that suite. And these will all, instructions for all of these cards will be coming on my blog this week. How about this one, right? Do you not see? Now this one can go two ways. This one could go this way, right? Or it can go this way. I feel like that can go, you could go portrait or landscape. This one ties in with my Hey Sports Fan series from a couple of weeks ago. And it goes really great with the Americana cards that I did in that series. So it's kind of an extension of those. I really, when I started making it and the arrow, I thought it all really tied together really nicely. So this one is using that Hey Sports Fan Designer Series paper that's in the mini catalog. And then, oh, check this one out. How fun is this? Using the suit and tie die and mother of pearl paper. I don't know if you guys can see the mother of pearl paper so good in a video as in person, but it's almost like it's got holograms in it. It's wicked cool. And so suit and tie-dye, some fun. I thought that made a good like wedding card, but that could go for several different occasions, right? But the tuxedo card, so fun, reminds me of the tuxedo t-shirts, right? And the last one I have to share ties in with the kit that I have just released. And that is the Symbols of Fortune. So I use the Crane of Fortune stamp, Symbols of Fortune Designer Series paper. This all came from the Symbols of Fortune suite. If you haven't seen the suite yet, it's in the mini catalog. It is stunning. Stunning. So I have a special offer on the suite that comes with a fun fold class that's exclusive to that and a free Wink of Stella. How fun is that? Lots of fun stuff. And this is actually in addition to those. So this is I have 4 fun folds that I'll be teaching in that class, as well as a special offer on the suite. You can purchase that one on my blog until April 1st. Don't miss out on it. It is stunning. It's such a great, great suite. And that, my friends, is my 12th card. That was 12. That was 12 cards. If you were counting in the series of, whoops, I hit that one again, of the arrow folds. So this is the arrow fold series. Lots of fun cards. Stay tuned to my blog this week to get the instructions on all the rest of the cards that I've shared here. All of the bases will be done the same way that we just did the cards today in this class, so you can revert back to this video if you need some help with them. And I appreciate you joining me. Don't forget to pop on over, take the blog hop tour on my blog, click the link in the video's description, enter to win our giveaway, get all the ideas there, as well as checking out my Easter series, my Hey Sportsman series. You're going to have a lot of fun out there with all the ideas I'm hoping to inspire you with. Thank you and have a great rest of your weekend.